It's I.A.G Farm. It's all about God. Another beautiful day out here on the farm today. I know we got a lot of amazing things going on today. We're actually preparing for our mobile home to be delivered, and by now you all should know that we've decided to buy a mobile home. We didn't decide to buy a mobile home. We did buy a mobile home, and it should be delivered, within the next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks they said. But they have to come out here, and we have it kind of marked off. I'll turn y'all around in a second and kind of show y'all the section that we have marked off. And we actually had to get a tree down because the tree was down right here behind me. Step to the side, boys. Y'all see that tree there? And I see it's uprooted. We actually dug that tree up with the tractor, and we didn't know if the tractor would dig it up or not. But I just kept on digging around it, and I was able to get the roots disconnected, and I was able to just push it over. And I got the whole field back in, but I'll show y'all that in a second. But yeah, I think it's Friday today. It's a sunny day. It was kind of chilly last night, so we woke up with a wood stove with fire this morning, and I had a couple cups of coffee, ate a little breakfast, and we've done farm chores already as well. So now we're gonna get started with our work day, with our projects. And we're not trying to do too much today. We're just trying to do a few projects here and there, get prepared for this mobile home to be delivered, and just see what today has to bring. So let me just turn y'all around and kind of just show y'all around the spot where we're planning on putting the mobile home at. So if you watched our previous videos, you know that the barn is there, and that's where we're living right now, in the off-grid cabin. We had the camper attached to the barn, and we turned it into a little temporary little cabin, have a wood stove and everything in there. We're pretty comfortable in there. It's pretty cozy. We love it for now. And eventually we're gonna build a house in this section here. Let me back up just a little bit so you can see. Matter of fact, let me do this. Yeah, so you can see in this section here is where we're gonna build probably a cabin or some type of house eventually. And we were gonna do that now, but we decided to go ahead and get a little bit more comfortable. Settled is the word I'm looking for. And so we found a mobile home that's in our price range that we could buy, for cash and not have to get in any type of debt. And we had this section here marked off. I'm gonna come over and show y'all where this tree was at. You can't even really tell now that it was a tree here. But yeah, there was that oak tree, that red oak tree was here. That red oak tree was probably about 5 years old, something like that. It was growing pretty slow. And I was able to dig up the roots and get it dug up. Because this is the section, if you can see these black posts here, I just kind of roughly have this section measured off, because the mobile home is gonna be 16 by 80. You can see that's the 16 way there. And then from there on down here, I'm trying to turn around slow, but on down to here is gonna be 80. And so let me just walk down this way and then turn around so you can see. And we plan on putting a porch on the front of it, because that was one of the things that was important to us, was having a nice porch, nice outside living area. And it's amazing because we have the barn already set up, as living space. So it's still set up, the wood stove, and you're able to, maybe we might, still use that for some type of reason, might use it for a laundry room or something like that. But yeah, so this is the mobile home site here from this direction. As you can see, the mobile home will be there, and then we'll have a porch coming off of it, coming this way, probably about a 6-foot porch wide, and then maybe have about 20 feet long, something like that. Just big enough to, where we're able to sit on there, and the rain won't get on us while it's raining. Drink us a cup of lemonade, or drink our coffee in the morning. Yeah, let's go check on the pigs and see what they have going on over here. What's up, Biscuit? Pigs are enjoying their pasture. What's up, Tim? What's up? Pretty tall there. Yeah, boys are loving it down here. What's up, Biscuit? What's up, Miss Mary? This is Biscuit. He's a feeder pig that we're gonna be sending to freezer camp pretty soon, sometime before the winter is over, sometime before spring. And then we have Miss Mary here. What's up, Miss Mary? Miss Mary is a little gilt that we raised on the farm. She was born here, and we're gonna use her as one of our sows. Because we're moving on, as you all have seen. Crazy Lady died, and we're waiting on Super Crazy Lady, our other sow, who should be pregnant, to have her babies. And we're gonna see if she raises her babies right, and if she doesn't this time, we're gonna send her to freezer camp as well. And then Mary, and then here's Joe, nickname Joe. His name is Joseph. Tim Jr. likes to call him Jonah. But this is Joe. This is Mr. Joe. You have Mr. Joe and Miss Mary. Yeah, so we got Joseph and Mary, and he'll be our boar because we have Abraham, but we want to start moving on from boars, like rotating them every 2 to 3 years, and you know, just get some fresh lineage in there and keep our boars young so they don't get aggressive. Yeah, so you got Mr. Joe and Miss Mary and Biscuit in here, and they're enjoying their life on pasture. As you can see, looking at the grounds, it's been raining and everything, and you can still see grass. Like these pigs, they actually graze. I don't know if y'all have seen on the videos or not, but they actually, like, they root just a little bit, but they mostly graze. And it's just amazing. Like, you would think that they're a cow or a sheep because they just graze, and they rip the grass right off the top, and they keep on moving. So you see they haven't really damaged this section too much. I'm probably moving within the next week, but they're doing good, doing good. And we had other pigs down there in the pen down there. We still have Abraham and Crazy Lady down there. Yep, so I guess I can kind of show you what we're gonna be doing today, because we need to get this mobile home section cleared, because they're gonna come and do the pad in about a week or so. And so we need to have the section where the mobile home is gonna be at, which is already marked off, and then we need to clear 10 feet off on every side. And so as you can see on this side here, we have this big pile here. So I gotta get this big pile moved out of the way. Like I said, we gotta come from here 10 feet away from there, all the way around. So I need to get this pile out of the way, and we need to do something about this 10 here too. We're hoping that there are no snakes up under there, but if there are, it'll be fine. We'll, you know, be careful, because it's cold and all the snakes should be in hibernation. But you know, in Mississippi, it gets warm during the day, so sometimes they can come out and try to get in the sun and look for food, come out of hibernation. So we're gonna make sure we be careful as we're getting this 10 up. But we need to get this 10 up. Need to get this pile moved out of the way. And then we need to make sure we got a couple more stumps that I need to dig up over here. Need to make sure that all the stumps are out of the way so they can come in and put the pad in. So this is gonna be another long, fun farm day. Like I said, it's not gonna be too stressful today. We're just gonna kind of take our time and do things, because we had a whole weekend to get these projects done. And the tractor's gonna do most of the work. So we're gonna see what we can get done. Look like Megan is coming out here with a little bit of lunch. And we're gonna see what we can get done, eat a little lunch, and then we'll get to work. It's I.A.G Farms. It's all about God. Finish out moving this with our hands since it's still in good shape. Okay. It's like 3 pieces of 10. Okay. Those are like that, about 16 foot.
Mm-hmm. All right. y'all. So it's looking a little bit clearer out here. We still got some piles. We're probably just gonna pull the rest of this tin out by hand. And so it's getting more and more clear. It's looking a little bit dispersed right now because, you know, we're still working on pulling these few little pieces of tin out. But as you can see over here on the trailer, he's got the bulk of the tin removed from this area. And we're just gonna keep working on that. We're not really sure what we're gonna do with this burn pile yet. Most of it actually is just limbs. So we might find a home for these other items that need to be thrown away, you know, like that piece of metal culvert and those boards. Some of those boards are still good. So we just continue to prepare for our mobile home site. Like I said before, we're just, you know, basically getting everything removed from this area here, so that when we put the mobile home, really where I'm standing now, this area behind it will be clear. Also, 10 feet out from the mobile home, they'll have to do some dirt work. They're gonna have a dirt pad so that you know, all the water and everything slopes off. So we want to make sure the area 10 feet around it is clear, and then beyond that is clear as well. So we're just doing some work here. Tim hopped back on the tractor, so he might yeah, so he's gonna pull some more of that tin out. And yeah, so we'll decide what we're gonna do with everything. And this is just kind of our progress so far, but I'm very excited to show y'all the finished product where it's all clear. So stay tuned for that.
All right, I'm just hopping out the tractor. I'm gonna just walk y'all around and kind of show you what we've done so far. And before I end the video, I'm gonna just kind of talk to y'all about, you know, some of the reasons that went into us choosing a mobile home and how we got to this point. But let me turn y'all around real quick and show you, you know, what we've cleared out and what we've done so far. Yeah, as you see, all of that tin that was there is gone. And because this whole section was full of tin and just old stuff that we piled up over the years, because we owned this property probably about 5-6 years, and it was just 5-6 years worth of junk piled up over there. But we got the stuff that's good, which is the tin, and we got it loaded on the trailer, and we got to find a place to put it. And some of the other stuff I just kind of pushed over there in that section over there, and we'll kind of clear it out later. Just some old fencing and things like that, chicken wire. And over here is some old barbed wire that we ripped down from off the property that we never figured out what to do. So I just kind of pushed that over by the fence line, and we still have to get this cleared out, because as I was telling y'all earlier, we have to clear 10 feet away from where the mobile home is gonna be at, because the foundation guys, the dirt work guys, got to come in. They got to put down the mobile home pad. So hopefully they'll be coming in the next couple of days to do that. So we have to get everything cleared out 10 feet away from where the actual mobile home is gonna be set at, so they can get that dirt pad and get the water to run away from the mobile home. And I have these black posts here to kind of just give me a rough estimate of where the mobile home is gonna be. As I said before, it's a 16 by 80, so it's gonna span from down there to back behind me where you see those black posts. And yeah, we got that cleared out. I'm pretty surprised that we were able to do it in one day. It helps a lot, and not even in one day, because we kind of just chilled out, you know, for the first part of the day, and we didn't get out here till around about 12. And I don't know what time it is now. I think it's around about 3 or 4, something like that. So it only took us about 3 hours to get all that tin loaded on the trailer, because we want to keep that tin, because, you know, tin is expensive. Even though some of that tin is old and rusty, you know, we can still use it on little projects here and there. All right, so let me just talk to y'all a little bit about how we got to this point of choosing a mobile home, because I know you all know that we went and looked at the cabins, the cabin kits in Winona, Mississippi. We also had we contacted the architect about drawing up plans where we could stick build a house. And you know, we went and looked at mobile homes, and I really want to just like dwell on this thought about how each decision, you know, matters, because, you know, we really took it serious about what we did in this season. And, you know, we were trying to seek the Lord and figure out what he wanted us to do as far as, you know, getting settled down here in this season, you know. And we were trying to seek him about whether we start building a stick built house now, whether we get a cabin kit, or whether we do a mobile home, or just whatever he wanted, or restore reservation cabin. Or we also have the option of living in the camper and the barn set up, you know, while we built the house. But we just really felt led that we should do the mobile home, get a little bit more settled, because we do have, you know, 3 kids and you know, Megan, you know, living off grid and things like that. You know, Megan had to go to the laundromat to do laundry and different things like that. And we just want to really be more sustainable than that, you know, more sufficient. You know, we're trying to be self-sufficient or grace sufficient, as we like to call it. And so we wanted to get a little bit more settled, a little bit faster. And so what we did was we decided to push the home bill, you know, our cabin bill. You know, some people call it forever home, but we don't want to call it that because we don't know if it's going to be our forever home or not. We decided to push that back a few years and go and get a mobile home, because the mobile home was actually in our budget, you know, where we could afford it, you know, in cash. And so we, you know, bought a mobile home, and we found one that was in our budget that was nice. We actually haven't seen it yet in person. We've seen pictures of it. I can't remember if I told y'all that or not, but the salesman, you know, we were already on their list, you know, for used or repo mobile homes. And he called me and said, hey, we got one, you know. And he wanted, what was it, 45 for it, and 45,000. And I kind of talked to him a little bit, and we were able to get him down to 28,500, you know, and that was a price that we could afford. And it's a pretty nice mobile home. It's a 2008 River Birch, I think it was. It's a single wide 16 by 80. It's 1,200 square feet. And, you know, the cabins that we looked at were going to be 600 square feet, 650 square feet, something like that. And we were going to pay $40,000 for the kit, you know. So we went from paying $40,000 for 600 square feet that was going to take a year or two to complete to paying $28,000 for 1,200 square feet that's going to be ready to move in when it gets here. You know, we're probably, Megan and I have already kind of planned, based off some of the pictures we've seen, we've already kind of planned on painting it and, you know, doing just some little, you know, renovation, you know, customization type things on the mobile home. Like it has popcorn ceilings. We're going to scrape out the popcorn ceilings and, you know, paint and, you know, maybe redo the bathroom and things like that. So we'll see once it gets here, because like I said, we hadn't really seen it in person. So we'll see it in person once they get it here. Well, we actually, when they get it to the lot, they're going to, because a guy is getting a new one, and he's trading that one in. So once they get it to the lot, we're going to go and look at it and then confirm whether we're going to buy it or not, because we paid for it. But, you know, we did make sure they signed on the paper. We signed paperwork that said that they could refund us if, when we saw it in person, you know, we didn't like it or had mold or something like that. So we're going to inspect it, and we're going to take y'all along that journey as we, you know, go up to inspect it and, you know, make that final decision on whether we're going to get it or not. But yeah, Megan and I were actually talking about, and Megan is down there, but we were actually talking about how each decision, you know, that we make matters so much, you know, because we started off, before we got this camper, they were restored, the $200 camper, they were restored, that was completely rotten. Before we got that, we had an opportunity to buy a pop-up camper, you know, and we were just trying to get down here to the farm, and you know, you know, we were just gonna get the pop-up camper just so we can get down here and spend the weekends, things like that. But the Lord had another plan, because we didn't even know way back then that we were gonna be living full-time down here at this point. But it was important that we didn't get that pop-up camper, because we looked at it and we just didn't feel led to get it. And because like I said, it was $1,000, we could afford it, and it was, you know, ready to hook up and go camping. But we decided not to get it. And a little bit of time later, you know, we ended up getting the $200 camper, and we still didn't know that the Lord was calling us to sell our properties in the city and move down here to the farm full time. But those things just came along the way. But that one decision, you know, getting that pop-up camper could have changed things. So it's, you know, it's just amazing, you know, how the Lord can lead us. And it's also like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's also important to understand how important each single decision is, because one decision can change everything. You know, one good decision and one bad decision can change everything. And so now we're at this point where we're full-time on the farm. We're living off grid in the cabin / barn. And another thing is that I know you're probably wondering, what are we gonna do with the camper, you know, once the mobile home gets here. And once the mobile home gets here, we're gonna fully restore the camper. We're gonna complete the restoration on the camper and sell it, you know, and get some of the funds back from that, because we bought it for $200, and you know, we've probably spent, you know, $2,000, $3,000 restoring it. So we'll probably sell it for about 5,000, 6,000, something like that. Once it's done and restored, it's gonna be nice for somebody who gets it. But yeah, I just want to kind of talk to y'all about, you know, what got us to this point of, you know, getting a mobile home and deciding not to, you know, build a house right now. You know, it was just important for us to get settled, you know, important for us to get settled. And we want to start doing some gardening and raising different animals and, you know, building the farm, you know, doing more fencing and all those type things. So I guess I'm going to end today's video here. Boys, finna end the video, boys. The boys told me to make sure that I let them know, because I told them to stay down there while I was talking. So, you know, so I could think as I was talking. And they made sure, they told me to make sure that you tell us when you're going to end the video. Y'all better hurry up. All right, y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and end today's video here. It's I.A.G Farms. We'll see y'all on the next one.